Hello, everyone. Both Megan and I have to fit our heads in the screen.
Hello.
There. Welcome to Lunch with Maria. We are broadcasting live from Citadel Cafe. Is this Oak Street? No, it's Ash. And we are sitting on...
I always get lost when I come here.
The cutest little balcony here at the Citadel Cafe. It's a beautiful little spot. We highly recommend it, right?
Yeah. I really like their cashew pumpkin pecan darling bar. It's super good.
So today I have a special guest with me for Lunch with Maria. It is Megan Williams from the Self-Publishing Agency, and as many of you may or may not know, I am currently in the process of writing my book. I'm actually almost finished, aren't I?
She is almost finished, and I have to say today is our first check-in meeting since we first met, and since we talked about what the process needs to be when she goes forward. And
bring your face more into the camera. There.
Holy!
There.
I'm impressed with Maria's work.
Holy.
It's holy. She
That's a good word.
So
I'd edit that.
She is so organized, and the most impressive part that she's to have watched is just how disciplined she is in getting it done. So anyways, I'm very lucky to get a sneak peek of what it's going to be like, and you guys are going to love it.
I trust so. I trust that it will inspire others to transform their lives, to take action, and to really live an authentic life. And I try to outline the steps in how to do that. So a lot of mindset strategies, productivity techniques and tips and things like that.
And as a title girl, I love a good title. And
are we going to give away the title?
No. Well, I mean, you decide that. But okay. Her chapter titles are awesome. So anyways, this girl, as much as she's filled with inspiration, she's equally as filled with a lot of clever wordsmithery. Wordsmithery. She's a word wizard.
Thank you. All right. So today we're going to talk about networking tips and networking tips for success. And I'm going to share 6 tips, and then Megan's going to go ahead and share her best networking tips. So the first one that I want to share with you guys is to be really present. And how do we be present when we're at a networking event, or even when we're just talking to someone? You don't have to go out of the picture.
I know, but I'm leaning
in. You
can look at it.
Okay.
You offer it.
All right. So the first thing is to be really present, and how we do that is we look at someone in the eye, and we really try to pay attention to what it is that they're saying. And the best thing to do is look at someone in the eye and repeat back to them what they're saying. Not exactly, but that's one of the ways to know that you're really listening, and that's very hard to do. Don't look at your phone. Don't look over their shoulder. Don't look around the room. It's rude, and people do it because they're nervous.
People say Bill Clinton is extraordinary at this.
What?
And
at what?
At making people feel like what you're saying is making people feel like you're being heard. So when you're networking, to make sure, or even in a meeting, to make sure that you're getting their full attention, because nothing leaves more of an impact either than that person is a shitty listener. Excuse me.
We can't swear on Facebook Live.
Or that they have a way of making you feel really comfortable and present. So obviously what you're saying is really important, but always just stay off your phone, man. I'm going to look at my phone right now while she's talking, but stay off your phone in your meetings, because nothing makes you feel less listened to than somebody that you're speaking to
looking at their
half
phone.
Paying attention, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways.
Absolutely. Number 2 is, instead of asking the basic question, so what do you do? I don't like that question, and so I've replaced it with something more fun and exciting. And I always ask people, what gets you up in the morning? Or what's your passion? Or what would you do if you knew you could not fail? That's one of my favorite questions. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? And if they answer,
if you want to be less direct when you're first meeting somebody, you could be like, so what do you do after work? Because inevitably it leads into what they do for work. But that way you're also getting a feeling for what their passion is, and they're not just hit so heavy with, whoa, we were talking about passion. I just wanted to say hi.
Exactly. So what would you do if you knew you could not fail? And then depending on that answer, if they tell you, well, I want to be a best-selling author, or I want to open up my own business, but but then you ask them, well, why aren't you doing that? What's stopping you? So that you can discover what it is that's stopping them. And then you can see if there's a way that you can help them. And then that's an interesting and inspiring conversation. So instead of saying, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 is networking is all about providing value. So the question that you want to be asking all the time is, how can I help you? What is it that you're struggling with, and how can I help you? Another great question to ask is, what's the one thing that I need to know about your business so that I can send you a client? Because when people go to networking events,
That's a great one.
Yeah, of course they want to meet like-minded women.
Really
They want to connect with others. They want to collaborate. They want to be inspired. But let's be really practical. You're going to an event, a networking event, sometimes to actually, give exposure for your business and to get clients, right? I mean, that's practical. So the
Not
best,
looking to make more friends.
yeah. Although we always say relationships first and business later.
Right.
But the question you want to ask people, and if you ask this question, I promise you, everyone is going to remember who you are. So the question is, what's the one thing that I need to know about your business to be able to send you a client? That's one of my favorites. Number 5
That's
is
super awesome.
have an inspiring elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. I know, I don't like the word, right? But the reason it's called an elevator pitch is because you only have a short period of time in order to make a really great first impression, right? And you want to be, what's that word? I know how to spell it, but I can't say it. Short and sweet. That's better. Short and sweet and to the point. So what do? Instead of saying, I'm the founder of a women's network. Okay, that's good. But how does this sound? What do you do? Well, I inspire women to be fearless and fabulous by helping them realize and live their dream. Oh, that sounds more interesting. So that opens up the conversation. And the last one is body language. We talk a lot about body language and how you hold yourself and how you walk into a room and what your facial expression is saying about you. So always make sure to smile. That's always very important. And to stand up straight and to be open in your body language. So you don't want to be closed off. You don't want to be crossing your arms like this. Stay open. So networking is about building relationships, and it does take time to do this. And so again, the most important question that you can ask at an event or a networking event is, how can I help you? That's it. Always providing value first. Hi, Lori Ashley. How are you? It's been so long and I miss you so much. And Lori Ashley, you had an incredible, Lori Ashley had this line. It was like, how can you, the sparkle in someone's eye. How can you see the sparkle in someone's eye if you're not looking? Lori, go ahead and type it, your famous line. Lori was a speaker at one of our events, and she had us pair up into groups, and then she said, tell me the color of the person's eyes that you were talking to.
That's awesome.
Oh, shoot. Some of us couldn't remember, right? Because we're so focused on ourselves that we're not being present. We're not focusing on the other person. So the other person is just as nervous as you when you're having a conversation, but just be present, listen to what they have to say, repeat back, and always ask, how can I help you? Tell me more about your business. People love to talk about themselves.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Lori, she says, you won't see the sparkle in someone's eyes if you're not looking.
It's a great quote. It's
Lori,
really
we miss
quote.
you. All right, so now Megan Williams from the Self-Publishing Agency, which is the company that I'm working with to launch my first book, is here to give us her #1 networking tip. So Megan, take it away. And if you have any questions for myself or Megan, could be about writing a book, could be about networking, really about anything, life, business, go ahead and type it in the chat and we will answer. Megan, take it away.
Hi there. It's to piggyback on what Maria was talking about when it comes to networking. One thing that we sometimes, it's just a small tip, but sometimes it goes overlooked, is one of my suggestions that I tell people who are looking for job advice is, when you see a job posted or you're looking at an industry to connect with, hop on your LinkedIn. Even if you aren't active on LinkedIn, other people are, and all we really need to see is what their job is and where they're working. So if you're interested in connecting with a company,
Is that
for
kind of
example,
called stalking? A little bit of online stalking.
totally stalking, but everybody's doing it. What you want to do is just hop on your LinkedIn profile and type in the company that you're trying to connect with onto your LinkedIn and find out who you know or who you know knows somebody at that company. Following that, you can ask for an introduction. I don't encourage asking for an introduction actually on LinkedIn. I encourage you to contact them through email. It's always a little bit more personal that way. Also, as a double bounce, what you want to do is once you find out who works at that company, and if it's a 1st degree of separation or a 5th degree of separation, something to consider is to hop on Facebook with that person's name and enter it into the search bar, and again, find out who you know who might know that person. Because again, the more times you can get an introduction to somebody from a friend or somebody who's a valued colleague, just slide right in there, and it'll always be a little bit easier if you've got a point of contact. So that would be my suggestion for networking, is use your online network, but not necessarily in the way of looking for posting, but to always just find out who you know and who you know knows somebody, especially at the company you're looking at.
That's a great tip, Megan. On that note, I want to share something that I learned at a networking event that I went to last week, and it was called the Art of Active Networking. He says everyone you meet is struggling with something, so be the missing piece in someone else's puzzle. But what he also said, which struck me and which was my biggest takeaway, is sometimes we see someone and we think, I don't need their services, or I don't need an editor, or I don't need a real estate agent, or I don't need an accountant, and so we sort of discredit them, and we may not have a conversation with them. But you don't know who that person knows that might be able to help you. So never discredit anyone. Always treat everyone as just an amazing opportunity and endless potential, right? It's like a domino effect. You don't know who that person knows that can help you, right? So Lori says, or look at their forehead when you're talking to someone, so you don't look at them. Sometimes people are intimidated to make that eye contact, so look at their forehead, or sometimes their nose, or just look around.
Start with their eyes.
Yeah, start with their eyes, and then but move around the face if you don't want to maintain that eye contact, because sometimes it feels like it's too much almost. Right? Yeah. But anyways, hi, Stephanie Sparkles, LWL member. So we're just wrapping it up. We're talking about networking tips. If you ladies have any questions, go ahead and type them in the comments below. I'm sitting with Megan Williams from the Self Publishing Agency, who's helping me get one of my dreams off the ground, which was to finally publish a book, and excited to be doing so. Hi, Isabel. So Megan wants to say something. I can feel it.
Yeah.
You want to say something before I sign up? Okay.
I've got another meeting to run to, but I wanted to let you know that, if Maria, as busy as she is, can make it a goal and be as far along in the process as writing a book as she is, everybody has the potential to do this. And
we all have the same amount of hours in the day. It's how we use them,
absolutely.
right?
And as I was saying to you when we first met, really, everybody has a story, and I can promise you that no matter who you know in your network, somebody's got a story, and if it's on somebody's bucket list to say, I would love to write a book one day, or you should write a book about that, we can help make that happen the same way Maria's making it happen for herself. And somebody at a workshop had a really great phrasing, is one of the fears, and we talked about it too, like, oh, has this already been done? Like, has a women in business book already been done? Like, of course it's done, but nobody ever said, you know what, Adele shouldn't put out another album. I've already heard enough music. I don't need more music. So really, no matter what people's story is,
no one's going to be able to do it your way.
No matter how many networking tips you've heard before, everybody's got a different story. Everyone's got a different take. So please step outside your comfort zone and share your story, whether it's at the networking events with Maria, or if it ends up being with the self-publishing agency. But, as you're talking about with networking, sharing your story and talking about value, there's so much to be gained from it. So I hope everybody tries.
Thank you, Megan. So ladies, if you want to learn more about the Ladies Who Lunch Network, and to surround yourself with like-minded, inspirational women like Megan, and just a plethora of other incredible individuals, we are offering a free 30-day trial to come and have a look at what the network is all about. Just visit www.joinlwl.com for a free 30-day trial to see what the network is all about. We can't wait to meet you, to get to know you, and to help you live your dream. Bye for now.
Later.